scale, and then the whole time he's talking tax talk. The tax issue has nothing to do with what she's asking.
When Bill Denny returns the next day, hoping to close the deal, I decide it's time to ask some questions of my own.
Hello?
Oh, come on in.
What's happening?
Oh, good. This is a gentleman.
Hi, Bill Denny.
Chris, nice to see you. How are you? Good, good. Oh, Bill Denny doesn't know I'm a reporter yet, or that we're recording with hidden cameras.
Listen, you know, her husband died not long ago. This may not seem like a lot of money to you, but it's all she has.
No.
As I start pushing for answers, I have an advantage. Remember, I'm not a senior yet, and I already know the right questions to ask, like how long will Alice's money really be tied up?
And that goes on for how many years before she could access
Until
the
the
whole
money
thing?
ran out.
No. When would she have access again to the full
Oh, the
pot of
surrender
money?
period over?
Yeah,
It's a 16-year surrender period.
16 years.
Turns out Alice's money will be tied up for 16 years. And what happens if she has to take her money out early? I asked Bill Denny about some of the fine print I'd spotted in his brochure.
This minimum guaranteed surrender value. MGSV equals 80%. Explain that to me. What does that mean?
Well, she could end up losing. Well, here, let's look at the surrender charge. So you can
Bill Denny just admitted Alice could lose money, and he's pulling out the same table he glossed over the day before.
That's because if she did it in the first year, there's a 20%
Okay,
the first
so
year.
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
so if
that's just
she
the
needed to
first-
get at this cash, right, she would face in the first year a 20%.
Well, if she ever took it out before the anniversary, that would be crazy.
Yeah, but I still need to ask you, when Alice was talking to you yesterday, every time she'd ask about what she had to go through if she needed to get her hands on that money, you sort of didn't get right to that 20% surrender penalty.
Well, I said, this is why I left this with her. I said, look through here.
Leaving the brochure, he says, is good enough. Alabama's Joe Borg doesn't see it that way.
Isn't it up to the person buying these products, even if they are elderly, to read all the fine print, if in fact they're going to invest potentially their life savings?
I don't think I've ever met anybody who's even read the loan documents on their loan for their houses, let alone the person you trust sitting across a table who has told you, trust me, I'm here working for you. I'm a senior financial advisor. Trust me, sign here.
But when it comes time to tell Bill Denny who I really am, it's my turn to be surprised.
Well, there's something I got to tell you, Bill, and that's I'm Chris Hansen, and I'm with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story
Really?
on sales techniques
You know what?
when it
They
comes to
just called me
financial
on
products.
Monday.
Who did?
The Denver office called me on Monday and said Dateline NBC is doing an expose on agents.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Apparently, word is spreading about our undercover sting. In fact, you may be surprised to hear that Bill Denny thinks it's a good idea.
And you understand why we'd be doing a story like
Absolutely,
this.
absolutely. And actually, I have to be honest with you and agree with what you're doing. Because I don't want bad apples out there doing things the wrong way.
Bill Denny warns us that there are plenty of bad apples, but he's not one of them.
Well, I believe this was totally upfront and truthful. I didn't mislead her in any way.
Bill Denny says he's never had a customer complaint in 15 years of doing business. And ever the salesman, he shows just how determined he is to make the sale.
So are we going to move the money?
Not just today.
Later, his lawyer told us that because we limited the time he could spend with Aunt Alice, Denny tried to pack his normal 3-hour sales pitch into 45 minutes. If he'd had more time, Denny says, he would have given a full explanation of annuities, including those surrender penalties. Coming up, uncovering the truth about a cover.
That's me right there.
You didn't write that article, did you?
No.
When we continue with Tricks of the Trade.
Your agent that sold me this, of course, lied to me.
A phone call to the insurance